In today's video, Shavkat Rakhmonov slams Geoff Neal following UFC Vegas 67 withdrawal. Former UFC prospect Abdul-Kerim Edilov passes away at 31. Gilbert Burns gives his prediction for Usman vs. Edwards 2. Charles Oliveira predicts Islam Makhachev vs. Alex Volkanovski. Kevin Holland provides an update on his hand injury. Alex Pereira rides a mechanical bull. And Forrest Griffin pays tribute to Stephan Bonnar. Geoff Neal and Shavkat Rakhmonov will no longer be fighting at UFC Vegas 67 on January 14th. The pair was set to be the co-main event of the card in a very intriguing welterweight scrap as Rakhmonov was looking to remain undefeated. However, just 2 weeks before the fight, it was reported that Neal suffered an injury and was forced out of the contest. Shavkat wasn't happy with the news and shared some words for his opponent over Twitter. He wrote, "Apparently Geoff Neal is all talk." Then, in a response to Neal's recent comments saying that he will end Shavkat's perfect record, the undefeated fighter wrote, "Show up then." Geoff Neal responded with, "Didn't know getting injured means I'm all talk. Motherfucker, let's rebook it." Former UFC light heavyweight prospect Abdul-Kerim Edilov has reportedly passed away at 31 years old under mysterious circumstances. The news was initially reported by Chechen opposition movements 1ADAT and NISO on their Telegram channels. The report stated that he passed away on the morning of December 29th, but no cause of death was given. It's worth noting that Edilov was a strong ally of Chechen dictator Ramzan Kadyrov. The Chechen fighter signed with the UFC back in 2015, and while his debut went flawless, he never fought in the promotion again. He instead took on a role as a friend and ally of Kadyrov. Edilov was close with the dictator's children, taking on a coaching role as well. In December 2021, Abdul-Kerim Edilov was given his first government position as he was named Ramzan Kadyrov's chief of staff. 3 months later, the UFC veteran was named the deputy prime minister of Chechnya. However, Edilov resigned last month amidst reports he was at odds with Kadyrov. Along with that, the light heavyweight had seemingly stopped coaching the dictator's sons. Instead, the role has gone to UFC middleweight Khamzat Chimaev. Furthermore, Edilov has stopped appearing in promotional videos for Kadyrov and his dictatorship. Beyond his MMA career, Abdul-Kerim Edilov fought several times in the boxing ring. Since exiting the UFC in 2017, the Chechen had gone 4-0 in boxing. All 4 bouts came by way of knockout, with his most recent being a first-round stoppage over Richard Lartley last November. Kamaru Usman recently said that he wants to fight Leon Edwards at UFC 286 at the O2 Arena in London. During an interview on BYM podcast, Gilbert Burns was asked about his prediction for this fight and explained why he believes Leon can shock the world again and beat Usman for the second time. Here's the clip.
How do you see that fight going down?
I think super close. Super close. Maybe a little bit more edge to Leon.
Really?
Just because the fact that he's at home. And the last fight was in Salt Lake City with the altitude. And Leon was dominating that first round. I was impressed with the takedown, mount, taking the back. I was just like, wow. But now Kamaru going to a hostile territory, all the way there in London, Leon's house, friend, everybody's in there. You can say whatever they want, but it's a hostile. You don't want to go fight me in Brazil. You don't want to go fight Bisping in London. You just don't want to do that. You don't want to go to fight Francis Ngannou in Cameroon. You just don't want that.
Yeah.
And going all the way to London, no altitude, none of that, losing by a knockout. But the guy that, Kamaru beat him once, but it was a super close one, very strategically taking the guy down, controlling. Leon now, I think it's going to be a super close fight, maybe a little bit more edge to Leon, but wow.
Charles Oliveira is opening up on his UFC title loss to Islam Makhachev. During an interview with Super Lutas, Oliveira shared his thoughts on the loss against Makhachev, saying, "Against Makhachev, I didn't feel any pressure. He was just better than me. I haven't watched that fight back yet. It doesn't make any difference to me. It wasn't a bad night. It was just 15 bad minutes. 10 to 20 bad minutes. There's really nothing else to say. I always tell the truth. I always thought about it, but there's no real explanation." He continued, "I wouldn't change anything in a rematch. I know how much I trained. As far as the fight goes, what can I say other than that Islam was better than me? I wouldn't change the camp nor the weight cut. I wouldn't change absolutely anything. I don't know exactly what happened, but Islam was better than me on that night. Oliveira also shared his prediction for Islam Makhachev versus Alex Volkanovski. They are two great fighters. Alex is a fighter that defends takedowns well. He hits and kicks very hard. On the other side, Islam has very good takedowns. When he gets you down, he puts on the pressure. I think Islam wins, but if Volkanovski defends the takedowns in the first round and connects with the hands, then he shook his head in approval, signifying that Volkanovski has a chance. Kevin Holland provides update on hand injury.
They ask me how I recovered so quick. It's simple. I concentrate on high doses of THC, CBD, and infrared lights. Highly concentrated on the infrared lights.
UFC champion Alex Pereira rides a mechanical bull.
Muitas baixas, ilhas de mortos, cadáveres incontáveis, pessoas tropeçando em cadáveres. Tudo por causa da luxúria desenfreada de uma prostituta sedutora. A dona das feitiçarias escravizava as nações por sua prostituição e os povos por sua feitiçaria. Está lá em Nahum, capítulo 3, versículo 3 a 4. Pois que se trata isso tudo, essa visão que se trata.
Christmas Eve this year came with unfortunate news: the death of MMA legend Stephan Bonnar. Over the days, many fans, fighters, and people in the MMA community paid their tribute and respects online to the finalists from Season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, but one name, and the most linked to Bonnar, kept quiet until now. Former UFC light heavyweight champion and the winner of the first Ultimate Fighter, Forrest Griffin, posted on Twitter on Thursday to share some words on the death of his two-time opponent. He wrote, "Stephan was a lot of things. He was always the most interesting person in the room. He had the biggest heart, and most importantly, he was my friend. I always loved it that people got excited when they found out we were really friends. I'll always miss you, brother." Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named Modest Abomination. Second place was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named Fighting Dad. And our top picked meme of the day was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named Mark Miller. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.